Hello and welcome. Welcome to our Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live, wherever you are watching. I welcome you to this very special session. Today's session is going to focus on first time home buyers. And I have my very good friend Richie, who is a mortgage agent, who's expert in mortgages, also with us. And we're going to dive deep into what are some of the considerations that first time home buyers should look at before they start signing the dotted line. And today we're going to dive into two or three major aspects. Make sure that you take notes of those. And if you're hearing this right now live with us, you have the opportunity to ask us questions during the live, and we will address them while we are live with you right now. We're going to go for about 20 minutes or so. So make sure that you keep yourself available for the next 20 minutes. And I will welcome Richie here. Hi, Richie.
Hi Amit, how are you doing?
Very good. How are you? You seem to be in a very nice place, enjoying yourself somewhere.
Oh yeah, this is beautiful. I'm in the lovely Tadoussac near Quebec City. So we had a
Nice.
whale watching expedition just a few hours ago, and it's beautiful. It's a great vacation with family. So enjoying.
Very nice. Wow. I really need to, honor your commitment because we had discussed about having this Facebook Live, some time ago. And even though you're on vacation, you're here. That shows how committed you are. So kudos to you.
No, no, absolutely. I really enjoy this, and it's really fun to reach out to people through your medium. So I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you, Richie. Thank you. That's awesome. So definitely, we're going to share some nuggets. We're going to give you some information that will be key for you as a listener, as a first-time home buyer. But I also want to start off this conversation by letting you know that we are going to be doing an in-person event on July 13th in Mississauga. So if you are a first-time home buyer, wherever you are in the GTA, make sure that you keep this Saturday afternoon available for the event. Make sure you see us. The event is going to go from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. in Mississauga, and the link will be shared to you right here as I speak right now. So make sure that you register for this free event and see us so that you'll get to meet us and see us ask questions in person. It's going to be a great event. So Richie, let's get started with giving some value now. Given your expertise in the world of mortgages, and we've had several conversations, and I see the value that you bring to your audience. Now, starting off right now, like given the current market, what do you think is happening, like with the interest rates ups and downs, and like what should people watch out for right now?
That is $1 million question, Amit. So the beauty is, well, since the rate drop in June, we'll back up a little bit a month ago. The anticipation for another rate drop has been pretty high, even though
Hmm.
there has been data suggesting that we might hold steady. There is a high anticipation that in July, which is July 26th, yeah, the 26th of July is the next interest rate announcement from Bank of Canada. There is anticipation that there will be a rate drop. Now we're already seeing impact of that on the fixed rate side.
Hmm.
Fixed rates, interest rates, especially the 5 year rates, have gone down in the past month. So when you were
Hmm.
looking at something close to 5+% for a 5 year term, now you can get something even as good as about 4.7, which is
Hmm.
more. I mean, that's more on the insured side. So the rates have started coming down on a 5 years. 3 years rates have not really come down as aggressively, and that is to be taken for granted. Now, my prediction for the next few for July is, unfortunately, I think July looks like it's going to be a steady month, and the Bank of Canada might hold steady. But there's always a 30% chance that might not happen. So we'll see how that goes. But rates are to remain flat for the next few months, and if we are lucky, we might see a small drop. But right now, for the next 2 or 3 months, we should expect rates to be flat at the moment.
Very nice, very nice. That sounds totally logical. That's what I've been hearing through, a lot of economists that I've been following. And you're so right. Like even this stable market, actually, even that drop that we saw, the 0.25%, that brought in a lot of hope in people's mind, right? So it's not just a talk anymore of interest rate drop. It actually happened. Just it was 0.25, but still it actually happened.
Yes.
Was quite hope. That really triggered a lot of hope in people's mind. So we saw that influx, like in my field as a realtor, I saw that influx of sellers as well as buyers already happening with
Yes.
that reduction in interest rate. So
100. Well,
that
bear in
was
mind, Amit, bhai, the 4 months of rate hikes, 4 years of rate hikes
Yes.
had played a very big psychological impact on a lot of people. So a rate drop means we're going in the right direction. So the activity is bound to get even crazier in the month of July and August, in my opinion.
Absolutely, absolutely. And generally, we've seen like over a period of time, spring and summer are always busier months, and the timing of this rate drop has really been crucial to fuel that in terms of people getting into the market. Because literally, I mean, people are tired of waiting. So people wanted to jump in; they were just waiting for that slight drop, and again, with your expertise, people get to get pre-approved and they get to hold the interest rate, right? Can you elaborate that a little bit?
Absolutely, Amit bhai. Pre-approval is one of the key steps which I think every single home buyer, may it be a first-time home buyer or a repeat home buyer, should do. By pre-approval, for the audience who are new or who don't know about this, it means they're able to lock their interest rate. They're able to get the bank to commit to an interest rate for anywhere between 90 days and 130 days, depending on the bank. So the bank will say, we guarantee you a 4.7 interest rate, for example, for a 5-year term. Now,
Hmm.
between now and the day that they close, if the interest rates go down, the buyers get the benefit of the lower rate. So if the rates go down, they still get the lowest possible rate. So there is no flip side or no downside to it, but they are absolutely protecting themselves from a rate hike, which definitely
Hmm.
might happen. Although we say that it's not going to happen, the bond market is what dictates the fixed market rates.
Yeah.
So and if you have seen, the treasury bond market has been all over the place, driven mostly by the US bond market. So there are
Yes.
times when bond market starts looking bullish and fixed interest rates start looking inching up a little bit. So
Mm.
whatever discounts you get now might not be applicable if the bond market takes a reverse, goes back up. So then you're hedging your risk by going for a pre-approval. So 100% get pre-approved and then shop with confidence is how I like to say it.
That's so true. That's so true. Because even when I'm going around with clients, that's one of the factors that I'm always looking for, that clients have that peace of mind that they know that this is the amount that they can go for, right?
Yes.
Because really the last thing I want to do is, work with a client, show them some houses and they fall in love with the house. And then at the end, when they go to qualify for a mortgage, they don't,
Yes.
so it's really depressing for them. It's an emotional shock for them. So I totally get that pre-approval concept. It's such a key piece in the whole home buying process.
Yeah, and recently, Amit Bhai, just to share this, we have been getting some amazing rates for pre-approvals, which might not repeat themselves in the near future. So
Mhm.
getting pre-approved now is a great time because interest rates right now are still lower than what they have been in the past 2 or 3 months. So this is a great time to get pre-approved. Lock yourself a rate, and then if it goes down, we can always bring it. Give you the best rate possible.
That is so true. Yeah. And especially I've also seen with especially with first time home buyers, if they don't have a clear cut idea as to the budget, they can definitely talk to you and get that idea. And
Yes.
with me, if they have a specific goal in mind that we want a certain type of property, that's good. That's a good point to start with. But the real, the rubber really meets the road when you
The road.
actually go and visit the properties, right?
100%.
That's the time you get an idea. Oh my god, this really looks good, or this is something that I definitely don't want to live in. Like I've had some incidents where I've taken people to a certain type of a house and they say, oh my no, definitely not this type of a setup. And it could be a townhome, it could be a condo, it could be a semi, any type of a setup they want. But once they actually see the property, then they are able to make up their mind that we would rather live in a different neighborhood, but definitely not this type of a property. So it's important that these two go hand in hand. And the more sure you are about what type of property you want, the faster will be the decision making process. But even if you're not sure because you're just starting out, then it will be much easier if you actually start seeing the properties also. So that's another factor that comes into play. Like you don't have to have every single thing figured out before you contact us. that's that's not
100%. Well,
the ideal thing.
I, like you said, Amit bhai, knowing what you don't want is what is most important at the moment. So it's
Yeah.
good to see properties that you don't like, because then you know that you don't want this. You don't want a swimming pool in your backyard. You don't want you don't want to take care of you don't want a house that is old or dilapidated. So you know what you don't want, and then narrowing it down becomes much easier. So I completely agree with you there.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, and that's what it is. Like I worked with a recent one first-time home buyer, And it was such a nice feeling that you get, that I get working with these people, because they have literally no idea as to, even when we went for a showing, what to look for in a house, right? They're with me in the showing and they have no idea. So what I did is I prepared a checklist for them, right? And by the way, in this event that we are doing, I'm going to give out that checklist to all the attendees for free, so they can keep that checklist, and when they go for a showing with me, they can actually refer to that checklist. So what that checklist does is, every room, everywhere they go, they can actually see, okay, this is there, this is there, this is not there. So even if they decide to buy that house, they have certain criterias to go by, that this house did not have that, this house has that, so which one do I want to pick, right? So it makes it easier for them to make a decision. So these are some
That's a
of the
great.
tools that we use to make things easier. Is
No, I
that
think that's a
yeah.
fabulous idea, Mehmet. I mean, I really wish that I had some, because I think when you enter a house, you're so bedazzled by certain aspects sometimes that you don't feel like you need to check the faucets or you check certain things. So I think that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah. And the reason I prepared that is because some of the, home buyers that I went with, after the showing, this is, oh, I never checked this thing, and they wanted to check it because they didn't have that checklist with them. So now with this checklist, it just makes things so much easier for them. So that's definitely one of the tools that we are going to go over. And one more thing, Richie, that I'm going to discuss, and I'll let you, share what you're going to specifically talk about in the event. But for this event that we're doing on July 13th in Mississauga, I'm going to actually break down the entire cycle for a first-time home buying cycle. So where does it begin? What do you do first? What are the first things that you should monitor? And then what's the second step? And there are total 16 steps, which I'm going to break down for you, and you will understand what is the sequence of taking them one by one, so that you end up with, first of all, a smoother transaction and a successful closing. That's the whole intention of me sharing this valuable information resource with you. So make sure that you attend this in-person event, so that you get to learn from us, get to see the actual steps, what are required for you to buy that home. And not only that, ask questions. The main value that I see is asking questions when we are sharing these things with you. So what about you, Richie? Anything that you want to share with the audience today, what you're going to share in our event on 13 July?
No, I'm very excited. Absolutely. So I'll just give you a sneak peek of kind of what I have in the store for everybody. First, we'll talk about down payment. I know there's a lot of questions about where can the down payment come from, how much down payment do I need, and many of those options. Another very important thing to talk about, for especially for first-time home buyers, is CMHC insurance, and
Mhm.
how that benefits you if you're eligible, and what's the premium, that kind of thing. We will also talk about the 5 common mistakes that first-time home buyers make when it comes to mortgages. Very
Very
important, because you might not feel like you make them, but just going through them, I mean, you'll realize that those are pretty common. We will most importantly talk about the first time home buyers programs that are available. So the government of Canada offers plenty of programs that every first time home buyer should be aware of and avail if they can, to save thousands of dollars. So just by
nice.
knowing that, you can save thousands of dollars. Um, and there's plenty more. I mean, I think what I also want to cover, and I'm not sure, how much, we'll see how the interaction goes, but I also want to cover, people always are confused whether they should buy. When they are
Mhm.
currently renting, they always have this feeling whether, it's the right choice or not. I want to break it down in terms of numbers, and then people can make their own choice whether that's the right thing for them, and also the pros and cons of having rented, for several years, and then having bought several properties. I am with a personal, experience, but there's also, so there's more. There's a lot more on the table. It's really going to be a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
also, sorry. Lastly, I think people always talk about variable rates and fixed rates, and I just want to dive in deeper to make people understand what the pros and cons of each are, and how are the two related to, say, the bond market or the Bank of Canada rates, etc., etc. So we'll go much more in detail with that.
Amazing, amazing. Oh my God, I cannot wait for this event and the value that all three of us are going to bring to the table. We also have Sukhada along with us at the event. She's not there on the live today, but she's going to be there for the event. She's a real estate lawyer. And if you have any legal issues that you want to discuss about your closing, about how the process works, she is the perfect person to ask that question at the seminar. She basically is going to go through the legal aspects of it. She's going to share with you exactly what happens when they say that, oh, the property is closing, because that's mainly done by the lawyer. Everything in terms of the closing day is actually handled by the lawyer. And what exactly is the process on the closing day? How does that bring about the keys to you? What's the exact process? She's going to go over and dive deep into that entire process so that there's no confusion, there is no unknown for you when you are in this process. Alongside that, she's also going to cover some important aspects about the offer, about some of the conditions, some of the clauses that you need to have as a first-time home buyer to safeguard yourself, and what do you actually watch for in terms of legal obligations for you as a buyer. So there are very important things that she's going to also deliver from her aspect as a lawyer. And that's why, this is like a realtor, a mortgage agent, and a lawyer together. I just cannot wait the package that people are going to receive at this event. So I highly encourage you register now. The link I'm going to put in the chat, of course, in this main post. But also, if you want to sign up for the link, I'm going to share that link here. And there is also something really exciting with some bonuses. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. Sorry, this is my daughter, everybody. She
Hey,
couldn't
how
wait
are
to be
you?
on camera. Say
Hi.
hi to everybody.
How are you?
She's good. She's good. She's enjoyed herself. Yeah, the bonus is,
That's
yeah, we will
awesome.
definitely have snacks and we will have 2 gift cards.
Yes,
We will have gift cards for our guests as well that we'll be giving out.
that's
So
awesome. That's
it's
awesome.
gonna be great. Yeah.
Boom, there you go. You're gonna have some Amazon gift cards
Oh
there.
my
That's
God.
awesome. Awesome, good. So make sure that you register. We're gonna have so much fun, so much value, and just the whole experience is going to be great. The link to register is bit.ly/number 13 JUL seminar. Okay, that's the link. It is on this screen right now, and it's also on the post. More importantly, what happens in these type of sessions, what we've seen is that there are other first-time home buyers also in the audience. And when you have a certain question that you're asking us, it actually triggers questions in their mind and vice versa. So the other person is thinking or asking a question that triggers you that, oh my God, that's a great question. I didn't think about that. And that's the benefit of being in a group setup with other first-time home buyers. And I think we are about more than 50% at capacity right now, and we have another 2 days more to go. So we do have a good audience showing up for this event, and I'm really excited to deliver the content. And I'm sure you are, Richie, for ready for the
Very,
event.
very. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. Absolutely. I'd just like to add one thing, Amit Bhai, since we were just on a casual chat with our audience. The difference I think that I see with all of us and some of the other people is we consider the people who come to us as not just our clients but as family. So we give advice above and beyond what just a regular realtor or a mortgage agent would, because we cherish the relationship more than a transaction. So all three of us kind of bring that to the table. So you should not be shy about asking us anything at all, because for us it'll be our honor to serve and give you information from our side.
Absolutely, that's awesome. Yes, we definitely will go above yeah, and beyond to give you the value, to give you that information, what you need, and help you make that decision as to when you should go forward. Sometimes even if you should go for
Yeah.
a property or buying decision right now. And that's the value that we bring to the table. So make sure that you join us this Saturday, July 13th, and we'll see you for tons and tons of value, lots and lots of sort of joy, fun, food, everything will be there. So thank you, Richie. I really want to honor your commitment again, being on vacation in Quebec, enjoying this beautiful weather with family. It's dinner time, and you're here delivering value to the audience. Oh my goodness. I just cannot believe how committed you are. So
Thank you.
thank you again for joining this live. And yep, so for the audience, make sure that you join us. There's also going to be food as well as Amazon gift cards. And I'm sure you will enjoy the event. All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Bye bye.
So
Thanks,
much.
Amit
Bye
Bhai.
bye. We'll see
Take
you.
care.
Register
Bye.
now. Bye bye.
Bye.